Mom, you're really leaving tomorrow? I asked, trying to keep my voice casual, but it probably sounded nervous. She looked up from her suitcase, smiling, but I could tell it was forced. Yes, honey. Just a few days with your stepdad. We'll be back before you know it. Stepdad leaned against the doorframe, arms crossed, that slick grin of his plastered on like always. It'll be fun. You should relax, kiddo. Mom and I need a little break. Right, I said, nodding, but something in my stomach twisted. Fun? Break? That didn't sound like them. Mom closed the suitcase with a sigh. I know it seems sudden, but it's just a short trip. Don't worry about us, I didn't answer. I couldn't. Something felt off, but I didn't have the words. Later that night, I heard them arguing. I swear I only wanted to grab a glass of water, but the voices carried. You can't keep pushing it like this, Mom whispered, voice shaking. I told you it's necessary. Don't make this harder than it is, Stepdad replied. Calm, cold. Too calm. Necessary? For what? You're lying to me, she snapped, a tremor in her words. I froze, hand on the doorknob, unsure if I should run or listen. Part of me wanted to burst in and yell, but another part told me to stay quiet. I stayed, heart thumping. You'll thank me later, he said. Trust me. Mom's quiet sobs followed, then silence. The next morning, they left. Mom waved at me from the driveway, smiling too brightly, stepping into the car with Stepdad. I'll call you when we get there, she said. Okay, I muttered, but I wasn't okay. I watched them drive away, feeling the house shrink in a way I hadn't noticed before. Empty, heavy. I tried to keep myself busy, homework, music, but every notification made my stomach jump. Mom sent texts, but they were short and vague. We're fine. See you soon. Stepdad called once, a quick, everything's good, kid, and then nothing. I stared at my phone, wanting to believe them, but that unease didn't go away. By the second day, I couldn't stop thinking about the argument I'd overheard. Was she really okay? Was I imagining things? My friends noticed. Hey man, you've been quiet, Ryan said during lunch. Everything cool? Yeah, just stuff at home, I said, shrugging, but my mind was spinning. Ryan didn't push. He never did. All right, just call me if you need to talk. I nodded, but I didn't call anyone. I didn't know who to trust. At night, I walked around the house. It felt too big now, like their absence made every room echo. I found myself opening drawers, picking up random things, hoping to feel some connection. Nothing. I can't explain it, I muttered to myself, but something's wrong. My stepdad had always been smooth, charming. He smiled at me like we were friends, but I noticed the glint in his eye sometimes, the way he measured my reactions. I hated that I felt watched, judged. Mom had always been my safe place. But now I didn't know. The way she had hesitated that night, the way she whispered it stuck with me. I tried texting her again. Miss you. Everything okay? 2 dots blinked for hours. Then a reply, we're fine. Don't worry. I stared at it. Fine? Their words said fine, but my gut screamed otherwise. I sat on my bed, head in my hands, thinking about the argument, the weird smiles, the emptiness in the house. I just want things to be normal, I whispered into the quiet. But deep down, I knew they wouldn't be, not for a long time. The car pulled into the driveway, tires crunching against the gravel. I stayed behind the curtains, trying not to breathe too loudly. Mom stepped out first, smiling like she always did, but something was different. Her shoulders were straighter, her smile sharper, practiced. And then I saw it, the ring. Sleek, gold, unfamiliar. My chest tightened. Hey, honey, she called, waving. We're back. Welcome home, I said, voice tight. You look different, she laughed softly, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. Different? Oh, don't tell me you didn't notice my new haircut. I shook my head, but my eyes kept flicking to the ring. No, I mean that ring. She glanced down, then back at me, hesitation flickering across her face. Oh, this? It's just something new. You like it? I don't know. Where's Stepdad? My words came faster than I intended. Why didn't he come back with you? Her smile faltered. He stayed a few more days for work stuff. You know how it is, I frowned. Work stuff? Right, work stuff. I didn't believe her. Her eyes kept darting away, and that made my stomach twist. Mom, are you okay? I'm fine, really, she said, voice tight. Everything's fine. Everything's fine? I repeated louder this time. You've got a new ring, Stepdad isn't here, and you won't even look me in the eyes. Yeah, everything's fine. She froze, and I saw her hands tremble slightly. Honey, I didn't wait. No, tell me. What happened on that trip? She shook her head. It's complicated. I didn't want to worry you. Complicated? I laughed bitterly.
Mom, I'm 17.
I can handle complicated. Stop hiding from me. Her voice cracked. I made some decisions I thought were best. Decisions? For who? For you? Or for him? My anger spilled out before I could stop it. You left me alone here, texting me vague messages, and now you come back with some shiny new ring and nothing else. She flinched. I didn't mean to... Didn't mean to what? I shouted. Hurt me? Confuse me? Make me feel like my whole world just shifted overnight? I heard the mailbox click and Ryan's voice behind me. Dude, what's going on? I spun around. Ryan! Didn't see you there. He raised an eyebrow, stepping closer. Yeah, I could tell. Mom's back, huh? Yeah, she's back, but it's not the same, I muttered, pacing. She's different. And Stepdad, he's gone. Ryan glanced at Mom. Hey, ma'am. Mom smiled weakly. Hi, Ryan. Thanks for coming over. Ryan leaned toward me. Talk to me, man. What's really going on? I sighed, running a hand through my hair. I don't even know how to explain it. Mom came back from a trip and everything feels wrong. She has this new ring, Stepdad isn't here, and she's avoiding me. Ryan nodded slowly. Sounds like you're scared, and angry, and confused. All at once. Yeah! I snapped. Exactly. You get it. Okay, he said, raising his hands. Breathe. Start from the beginning. What did you notice first? I pointed at the ring. That shiny thing she's wearing. It's not his. I know it, Mom shifted uncomfortably. It's just a replacement. Nothing more. Nothing more? I repeated, voice trembling. Mom, it feels like everything changed. And you're not telling me why. I can feel it. I can feel the distance, the lies. I can't just pretend like nothing happened. She swallowed hard. I didn't want to hurt you, really. I thought maybe it was better this way. I laughed, a short, hollow sound. Better? Better for who? Not me. You didn't even consider me. You just went along with it. And now I'm left here, stuck trying to figure out why my mom doesn't even look at me like she used to. Ryan put a hand on my shoulder. I get it, man. But yelling won't fix anything. You need answers, but you need to keep your head clear, too. I closed my eyes, leaning back against the wall. I trusted her. I trusted both of them. And now, my voice faltered. I don't know who to trust anymore. Mom stepped closer, her eyes glistening. Honey, I know I messed up. I never meant for you to feel like this. Just what? I asked softly, heart pounding. You just went on a trip, came back with a new life, and left me behind? I'm sorry, she whispered. I really am. I looked away, fists clenched. Sorry isn't enough. I need to understand. And I will. I don't know how to do that yet. Ryan squeezed my shoulder. Step 1, keep your head. Step 2, don't let them see you crumble. Step 3, figure out the rest one step at a time. I nodded slowly. Yeah, one step at a time. And as Mom turned away, I felt the first sting of betrayal that I knew would grow, twist, and shape everything that came next. I couldn't stop thinking about that ring. It felt like a symbol, something I wasn't supposed to understand yet. I started digging quietly. Texts, receipts, conversations I overheard when I pretended to be elsewhere, anything that could give me a clue. Mom, why did you go to that jewelry store? I asked one afternoon, holding a crumpled receipt I found tucked in her bag. She looked at me quickly, then forced a smile. I just wanted something nice for myself. Nothing else. Nice for yourself? I repeated, voice rising. This is the day after your trip with Stepdad. You're telling me it's just for you? Her eyes flicked down. Yes, I mean, it's complicated. Complicated? I snapped. Every word out of your mouth is complicated lately. Mom, I can handle the truth. Just tell me. She took a deep breath. I didn't know how to tell you. He's Stepdad. He made me do things I didn't want to do at first. I thought I had no choice. I froze. What made you do what? Don't look at me like that, she said, voice trembling. I thought it was for survival. He promised things would be better if I just agreed. Agreed to what? I demanded, fists clenched. Mom, stop dancing around it. I need to know. She shook her head. I can't, not yet. I slammed my hand on the table. Enough! I've been chasing this puzzle for days. I know there's more than just a trip and a ring. Tell me. Her eyes filled with tears. Fine. He manipulated me into an arrangement, something I wasn't proud of. I thought it would protect us. I thought it would keep him from ruining everything. My stomach dropped. Arrangement? What kind of arrangement? Mom shook her head violently. I can't say the details. You wouldn't understand. I wouldn't understand, I shouted. Mom, I understand betrayal. I understand lies. I understand being left out and feeling powerless. Don't tell me I wouldn't understand. She flinched at my voice. I was scared, okay? I thought if I didn't cooperate, he'd take everything from us. From you. From me. I didn't want that. I ran a hand through my hair. Everything? Mom, you're the one who went along with it. You didn't fight. You just agreed. I did fight, she yelled back. I fought in every way I could. I lost some battles. I'm sorry. I sat down hard, head spinning. Sorry? Sorry doesn't fix this. I feel like I've been living in a lie my whole life. Her hands shook. I never wanted to hurt you, I swear. I wanted to survive. And what about me surviving this? I asked, voice low, bitter. I'm supposed to just watch you smile, wear that ring, and pretend nothing happened? You're strong, she said softly. You can handle this. I know it, I laughed, a short, bitter sound. Strong? Maybe? But I'm also furious, Mom. Furious and betrayed. And I need to take back control of my life. Mom flinched again. Control, yes. I understand. I swallowed, my anger still burning, but my mind was starting to plan. I need to know everything. Every detail, every connection, every person involved. I can't let him or anyone else have that kind of power over me. You might regret knowing everything, she whispered. I already regret not knowing, I shot back. Every day I didn't know, I was giving them control. That ends now. Later that day, I spoke to Emma, my cousin. I think Stepdad and Mom had help. Someone else is involved. Emma raised an eyebrow. What makes you say that? Neighbors, family, I overheard whispers. Some of them sided with him. They've been keeping secrets, feeding lies. Emma nodded slowly. You need to be careful. They won't expect you to push back. I know, I said, feeling a surge of determination. That's why I'm going to. I'm not letting anyone manipulate me again. Not Stepdad, not Mom, not anyone, Ryan called later. Man, you sound serious. You okay? I am, I said, more firmly than I felt. I need to reclaim my life. It's time I stop being blind. Good, he said, and I'm here. Don't let them see you falter. I won't, I whispered. Not anymore. That night I stared at Mom's new ring again. It gleamed in the lamplight, but it didn't shine for me. For me, it was a reminder that trust could be broken, that lies could fester, and that I had to fight for myself before anyone else did. And I promised myself I would uncover everything. Every secret, every manipulation. I would stand against them no matter what it took. Needed information, evidence, a plan. Every text, every receipt, every whispered conversation from the neighbors, it all mattered. Emma knocked on my door. You in here or plotting world domination? She asked, smirking. Something like that, I said without looking up. I'm tracking everything. Stepdad, Mom, anyone connected. I need proof. Proof? She raised an eyebrow. You mean like detective work? Exactly, I muttered. I can't just yell at them and hope it fixes anything. I need leverage, knowledge, control. Emma leaned against the doorframe. You've got the brains for it, I'll give you that. But don't get caught snooping. You know how dangerous he is when people challenge him. I know, I said, voice low, which is why I'm being careful. I grabbed my camera and started snapping photos of receipts, messages, even subtle things Mom left out. Each click made my chest tighten with purpose. I felt like I was reclaiming something. My space, my life, my control. Mom! I called, stepping into the kitchen. Can you not leave things on the counter? It's messy. She looked up, eyebrows raised. Messy? It's just a few papers. I stared at her. Just a few papers? They're mine, Mom, my stuff. Stop acting like it doesn't matter, she sighed, moving aside. All right. No need to get so worked up, I muttered under my breath. Worked up? You have no idea. Later, I intercepted a phone call from one of Stepdad's acquaintances. Hey, I was just asking if everything's fine at home, I said, trying to sound casual, recording the conversation secretly. Yeah, everything's fine, the voice said. Don't worry about it. I said, feigning doubt. I guess I will worry then. Emma poked her head in. Getting answers? Yes, I said. And a little satisfaction in catching them off guard. She laughed softly. Just don't let it consume you. You've got to be smarter than they are, not angrier. I nodded, inwardly agreeing. Exactly, anger clouds judgment. Evidence wins battles. I started reclaiming little things in the house. My room back to how I liked it, my computer protected from prying eyes, my books lined up exactly. Each act of defiance was quiet, almost invisible, but it made me feel stronger. One afternoon, I cornered Mom in the living room. Mom, I need honesty. You can't sugarcoat anymore, she hesitated, biting her lip. I'm trying. No, I interrupted. You're not. I know you're scared. I know Stepdad has his hold on you, but I need clarity. I need truth, not excuses. Her eyes flicked away, then back at mine. I can't tell you everything yet. He's unpredictable. I'm just trying to keep things from getting worse. I took a deep breath. Then I'll do it myself. I can handle it. You don't get to decide for me anymore. Her shoulders slumped. You've changed. I have, I said firmly. And it's about time. Emma and I stayed up late planning next steps. We need to know who else is involved, she said, tapping a notebook. Neighbors, family, friends, they might be hiding things. I've noticed some whispers, I said. People siding with Stepdad quietly. I need to bring that to light without him realizing. Careful, Emma warned. They're subtle, but they notice small things. You'll need patience. I have patience, I said, feeling a flicker of pride. And I've got determination. They underestimated me for too long. That ends now. I mapped out my strategy. Document, observe, reclaim control, and wait for the right moment. Each step brought a small rush, a sense of momentum I hadn't felt since everything fell apart. Mom peeked into my room later. Still working? She asked. Yeah, I said, standing tall. I'm working. And Mom, I mean it. No more hiding, no more lies. I'm taking charge of my life. Her eyes softened, mixed with fear and something like understanding. I see that. I hope you succeed. I will, I said, voice firm, one way or another. As the night settled in, I felt a strange sense of calm. The pieces were coming together. Stepdad, Mom, their allies, they all thought they controlled me. But I was learning, observing, planning, and when the time came, I would reclaim everything. I kept my phone in my pocket, waiting for the right moment. Timing was everything. One wrong move and Stepdad would tighten his grip again. But I had patience now and a plan. Emma, are you sure about this? I whispered, leaning against the side of the house. Positive, she said, flipping her tablet. I've double-checked. Everyone's online, checking their messages. It'll spread fast. I nodded, trying to calm the pounding in my chest. Good, no mistakes. This isn't gloating. It's setting things straight. Exactly, she said, smirking. Justice, not revenge. I typed out the first message carefully. It wasn't much, just small details, innocuous on the surface, but undeniable when connected. Remember that family gathering last month? I whispered as I hit send. Stepdad lied. Mom didn't tell the whole truth. People need to know. Send it, Emma urged. I pressed send. Then I waited, minutes passed. Then the first reaction came, a text from Aunt Carla. Wait, are you serious? He told us something else. I felt a rush of satisfaction, but I kept my face neutral. I couldn't let Stepdad see me, Emma nudged me. Keep going. Don't stop now. I whispered another message, another small truth. The dominoes began to fall. Within the hour, whispers turned into questions, questions into confrontations. Stepdad's voice rang out across the living room later. Who's spreading lies? Who's been talking? I stayed silent, pretending to read. Mom flinched. I don't know, she said softly. Stepdad's eyes narrowed. Don't lie to me. Someone's undermining me. I'm not lying, Mom replied. Her voice trembled. I don't know. I kept quiet, my chest tight with tension and anticipation. I didn't need to speak. Others would. By dinner, the first direct confrontation happened. Cousin Emma leaned toward the table, voice steady but accusatory. Stepdad, is it true you manipulated Mom? Everyone's asking, Stepdad blinked, trying to mask surprise. I think you're mistaken. That's ridiculous. Really? Aunt Carla asked, arms crossed. Because we have messages, receipts, things don't add up. Stepdad's jaw tightened. You think you can challenge me? Over what? Over honesty, I said quietly, stepping forward. Over truth. You've held control for too long. It's time people see the real picture. Mom's face paled. Honey, please don't. I shook my head. Mom, you've said enough lies to protect him. I can't ignore it anymore. Stepdad's shoulders stiffened. You're going to regret this. Don't think I'll let it slide. I met his gaze. I'm done being afraid. That ends now. Emma leaned closer to me, whispering, Watch him crumble. And crumble he did. Stepdad's confidence faltered with every pointed question from family. Whispers became open accusations. People we once trusted began doubting him. His control slipped, subtle at first, then glaringly obvious. Mom didn't speak much. Her hands trembled in her lap. I caught her eyes, filled with guilt and sorrow, and something strange stirred in me, pity maybe, or understanding. Later, after the gathering ended, I stood in the empty living room. My phone buzzed again. Messages from friends and relatives flooded in, confirming truths I had exposed. My heart raced, not with glee, but with relief. Justice was moving, Ryan called. Dude, I saw. They're finally seeing him for who he is. I know, I said softly. It's happening. Feeling good? He asked. I paused. Strange. Not good, not bad, just real. Bitter and satisfying at the same time. Emma nudged me from the side. See? You didn't gloat. You just let reality speak. I did what I had to do, I said, staring at the floor. But seeing him lose respect, it still hurts a little. I thought I could trust him once. And now you can trust yourself, Emma said gently. Mom appeared in the doorway, voice quiet. I'm sorry. I never wanted you to see this happen. It's okay, I said softly, though my chest ached. I needed to see it. I needed to understand. And now I need to move forward, she nodded, tears in her eyes. I hope you can forgive me someday. Maybe, I said. But right now I have to focus on me. Stepdad didn't speak to me directly for days. His authority, once solid and intimidating, had crumbled into tension and cold glances. It was almost poetic watching someone so proud falter under the weight of their own lies. I didn't gloat. I resisted. This wasn't about revenge anymore. It was about balance, fairness, and reclaiming my life. That night, I stood by my window looking out at the street. Silence surrounded the house, broken only by the occasional car. Inside, the air felt lighter, though strained. I thought about the path ahead, about the battle still to come. I'll handle the rest, I whispered to myself. Carefully, smartly, and I won't let them control me again. Emma appeared beside me. You've done enough for now. Rest. Tomorrow we plan the next steps. I nodded. Tomorrow, I said. And for the first time in weeks, I felt a flicker of calm. Karma was in motion, and I was finally on the right side of it. I found them in the living room, sitting too close together on the sofa, whispers barely audible. My chest tightened. This was it. The confrontation I had been preparing for, the moment where everything would spill. Mom, I said firmly, stepping into the room. We need to talk, now! Her head snapped up, eyes wide. Honey, please, not like this. Not like this? I interrupted, voice sharp. Mom, we've been avoiding reality for too long. Not like this? Every lie, every secret, it ends today. Stepdad looked up, his usual smirk faltering. What's going on? Calm down, I repeated, voice echoing in the room. You think I can calm down after everything you've done? After manipulating her, controlling her, and lying to me my whole life? Mom flinched. I did what I thought was necessary. Necessary? I snapped. You think betraying me, hiding the truth, protecting him was necessary? Mom, look at me. Look at what this has done to me. Her eyes filled with tears. I didn't want to hurt you. I thought I was protecting you. You thought? I barked, stepping closer. You thought while I was left in the dark. You didn't care about me at all, did you? Stop yelling, she whispered, voice trembling. I'm sorry. I truly am. Sorry doesn't fix this, I said, keeping my voice low but firm. I trusted you. I believed you. And both of you, I looked at Stepdad, who had suddenly grown quiet. Used me. Manipulated me. Stepdad straightened, trying to mask his nerves. Used you? That's absurd. I've done more for you than anyone. More for me? I said incredulously. You manipulated her, controlled her, and thought I wouldn't notice. Did you really believe I'd stay naive forever? He opened his mouth, then closed it. Arrogance faltered. I could see the doubt creeping in. Mom shook her head, sobbing. He forced me, I swear. I didn't want it. I tried to resist, but You tried to resist? I repeated, voice sharp. Or you tried to survive? I tried to survive, she yelled, tears streaming down her face. I didn't want you to lose everything. I didn't want him to ruin us. And yet here we are, I said softly. Everything's been ruined anyway. But I'm done being ruined. I'm done being manipulated. Stepdad leaned back, trying to regain composure. You think you can just take control? After all this? Yes, I said, voice unwavering. I've watched, I've learned, I've waited. I am stronger now. I am wiser. And you? You underestimated me. Both of you did, Mom whimpered. I never wanted this. I never wanted you to hate me. I don't hate you, I said. Not exactly. But I won't let your choices control me anymore. I've grown. I've seen the truth. And I won't be your pawn, Stepdad. Not ever, he tried to interrupt. You don't understand. I understand perfectly, I said, cutting him off. I understand that control is an illusion. I understand that lies can only last so long. I understand that I am done being a victim. The room was silent, except for Mom's quiet sobs. Stepdad's arrogance had completely vanished, replaced by tight-lipped unease. He couldn't bully me anymore. Not today. Not ever. Emma's voice echoed in my head. You're stronger than they think. Smarter than they know. I straightened, chest high. From now on, decisions are mine. Words are mine. Life is mine. You both get to live with your choices, but I won't be part of your schemes anymore. Mom looked at me, broken. I wish I had done better. I'm sorry, truly. I know, I said softly, a quiet weight in my chest. But sorry isn't enough. It's too late for that. What matters now is what comes next. For me. Stepdad finally spoke, voice low and cautious. You've changed. I didn't expect this. I didn't expect to have to, I said, eyes steady. But here we are. You can't touch me anymore. I won't let you. Mom sniffled, nodding faintly. I see that. Yo, you've grown. Yes, I said. I've grown. Stronger, smarter, and untouchable. By both of you. The tension in the room hung thick, but I felt lighter, empowered. The naive child they once knew had vanished. I was no longer a pawn in their games. I was free. I won't forget, I said quietly, voice calm but firm. But I won't let it define me. That's over, today, now, Mom nodded, tears streaming. Stepdad remained silent, defeated. And for the first time in months, I felt a strange sense of calm. I had claimed my voice, my power, my truth. The house felt different now, lighter, almost like it was breathing with me instead of against me. I moved through the rooms, straightening things, reclaiming space I had let others dominate. Finally, Emma said from the doorway, a grin on her face. Feels like your house again. It does, I said, running a hand along the bookshelf. Every corner, every little thing, it's mine to decide now. She laughed softly. And you're actually smiling. That's new. I've got reasons, I said, voice low. Reasons I don't want to waste. Later, Ryan called. How's the world's newest detective? Rebuilding it, I replied. Step by step, and not just the house. Me too. Good, he said. I was worried about you, man. You've been through a lot. I know, I said, looking out the window at the quiet street. And I still feel it. But I won't let it define me. I can't. Emma joined me again, holding a box of photos. You really want to do this now? I nodded. Yeah, it's time. I need to close this chapter properly. We went through the pictures, Mom, Stepdad, family gatherings. Some made me flinch. Others barely registered. When I held a photo of Mom smiling with that ring on her hand, my chest tightened. I'm not angry anymore, I said quietly. Not exactly. But I am done holding on, Emma nodded. It's symbolic. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It means taking control. I placed the photos in the box, careful but decisive. Goodbye, I whispered, setting it on the counter. This doesn't belong to me anymore. That evening I called Ryan. You busy? Not really, why? I want to meet up. I think it's time to reconnect with people who actually matter. He chuckled. Finally. Took you long enough. We met at our usual spot. Friends were laughing, teasing each other. I felt a pang. Long months of isolation had dulled this world. But being here, being seen, it reminded me I wasn't alone. "Hey, man," Ryan said, clapping me on the shoulder. "You look lighter." "I feel lighter," I admitted. "Like I can breathe again. And I think I'm ready to focus on me. On real life, real choices." One of our friends, Alex, nudged me. "You're back. We missed you." "Missed me?" I asked, smirking. "Did you really?" He laughed. "Yeah, you've been MIA, bro. But you're here now. That's what matters." I nodded, feeling warmth spread across my chest. I had missed this. Connection, trust, friendship. Real relationships, not manipulation. Back home, I stood in front of my bedroom mirror. I studied my reflection, the lines in my face, the determination in my eyes. The boy who had been naive, scared, and controlled was gone. In his place was someone stronger, wiser, unshakable. Mom knocked lightly on the door. "Can I come in?" She asked softly. "Yeah," I said. She entered, keeping her distance but meeting my gaze. I just wanted to say," she began, voice trembling, "I hope you're okay, truly. I know I can't fix what happened." "I'm okay," I said quietly. "And I'm going to be better. For myself." "That's what matters," she nodded, tears glistening. "I see that. I really do." After she left, I turned back to the mirror. I ran my hands through my hair and exhaled slowly. Reflection staring back at me, clear, strong, unafraid. Emma peeked in, smiling. "Thinking deep thoughts?" "Yeah," I said, turning to her. "About what comes next. About how I can live without fear, without their shadows looming over me." "Sounds like a plan," she said, laughing softly. "And hey, you've earned it." I smiled faintly. "I think I have." I pulled the curtains aside and looked out at the street below. Night had settled in, quiet and still. Stars peeked through the darkness. I felt the weight of the past, but it didn't crush me anymore. It was a reminder, yes, but also a testament to how far I had come. "Tomorrow," I whispered to myself, "I take another step." And the next day, another. But today I reclaim this. Today, I'm finally free. And for the first time in months, I felt it fully. Peace, strength, and the quiet triumph of survival. The house felt almost peaceful for the first time in months. I walked through the hallway slowly, taking in the quiet, the absence of tension, the empty spaces where control had once ruled. It was surreal, almost hard to believe. "Feeling better?" Emma asked, leaning casually against the doorway. "I am," I said, voice low but firm. "It's different now, lighter. I can breathe without thinking about what they might do next." She smiled. "Good, you've earned it," I nodded. "Yeah, I've learned a lot. About them, about myself, and about who I let in my life." Later that evening, I overheard Mom on the phone. Her voice was soft, almost fragile. "I know I can't undo it, I just hope he forgives me someday." I paused at the doorway, listening. No guilt, no anger this time. Only understanding. I didn't need to be the one to carry her mistakes anymore. Stepdad's absence had been more complete than I expected. His phone calls stopped. His friends slowly distanced themselves. At the grocery store, I even caught a neighbor whispering, "I heard about him, can't trust that guy anymore." That quiet shift, that subtle acknowledgement of truth, was more satisfying than any confrontation I could have staged. Ryan met me later. "Man, it's quiet. Peaceful even. How does it feel?" I shrugged, smiling faintly. "Strange. I expected to feel victorious, maybe even relieved. But it's calm. A quiet satisfaction, I guess. Like a weight finally lifted." "Quiet victories are the best kind," he said, nodding. "People see it without you needing to say a word." I leaned back, thinking about how much had changed. I spent so long angry, plotting, watching. I thought I needed to strike, to expose, to dominate. But really, just living right, standing firm, that's the real power. Emma appeared behind me, holding 2 mugs of tea. "And look at you," she said softly. "Stronger, wiser, untouchable." "Feels that way," I admitted, taking the mug. "I don't need to gloat. I don't need to humiliate him. Reality does that for me." Mom approached cautiously later, avoiding my eyes at first. "Can we talk?" she asked. I gestured to the couch. "Yeah, sit, I'm listening." She hesitated. "I know I hurt you. I know I made mistakes. I can't change the past, But I want you to know I tried to survive too. I know, I said quietly. And I understand now. I'm not angry anymore, not fully, but I am aware. And I won't let that awareness control me. Not anymore. Tears glimmered in her eyes. I wanted to protect you. I thought I could handle him, the situation, but I failed. You didn't fail me, I said firmly. I failed myself when I let fear and doubt rule me. But I've reclaimed that now, she nodded slowly. I see that. And I'm proud of you, even if I'm scared of how much you've changed. I've grown, I said, and that's all I needed to do. Not for anyone else, but for me. Emma leaned against the wall, observing silently. And that's why you're untouchable now. You're not seeking revenge. You're living. That's the point, I smiled faintly. Exactly. Stepdad can keep his arrogance. His lies, his manipulation, they won't touch me anymore. People see him for what he is. That's enough. Weeks passed. I noticed subtle changes everywhere. Family members who had once avoided me or believed Stepdad's stories now approached with respect, their conversations careful but honest. Even distant relatives acknowledged what had happened without me saying a word. The truth had spread quietly, naturally, without my interference. Ryan came over one evening. You know, he said, tossing me a soccer ball, I didn't realize how much they underestimated you. Everyone did. And look at you now. I guess, I said, catching the ball. I just had to stand firm, not fight. Actions mattered more than words or anger. Emma joined us in the backyard, and now you can focus on you. School, friends, hobbies, your life. Yeah, I said, smiling. It's like I can finally breathe again. Plan again. Live again. Later, alone in my room, I finally removed the last remnants of their control. Mom's wedding photos, Stepdad's trinkets, little reminders of a life that wasn't fully mine. I placed the photos in a box gently, not angrily. This is mine now, I whispered, looking at the empty wall. No shadows, no manipulations. Just me. I glanced at the mirror. My reflection stared back, calm, strong, unafraid. The boy who had doubted himself, who had been terrified of losing everything, had changed. He was resilient, wiser, and unshakable. Mom peeked in quietly. You're different, she said softly. I am, I admitted. I've taken back what was mine. My life, my choices, my voice. And I don't need anyone to validate it. Not you, not him, she nodded, understanding in her eyes. I can see that, truly, I smiled faintly. That's enough for me. Closure doesn't need applause. It doesn't need recognition. It's mine because I earned it. Silent, steady, unshakable. Emma appeared one last time, leaning on the doorframe. So what's next? I looked out at the street below, calm under the night sky. Stars shone faintly above, distant but clear. Next, I said softly, is living, learning, growing, and knowing I survived. That's victory enough. Ryan's voice echoed from behind, jokingly. Silent victory, huh? Sounds poetic, I chuckled quietly. It's perfect, I said. Quiet, true mine. And no one can take that away. The night settled over the house. Inside, I felt a steady heartbeat of strength. Outside, life went on. And inside me, a quiet, satisfying triumph had taken root. A life reclaimed, a voice restored, and a future no one could manipulate.